Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm literally on the way out of the house. Today I've got like such a busy day, but like just a busy day of little things. Yeah, I've just kind of thought, well, today we can run some errands together. I'm thinking that I might actually go and get my nails done later because they're nice and sparkly. I do miss my nail extensions though, and I'm thinking, I mean, Christmas is the perfect time for it. So, gonna go into probably the Metro Centre to get my nails done later on. I do have a lot to do before that though, including I need to actually go back to my mum and dad's house with my actor fryer, which is currently on the back seat, because I edited the stuff last night, and basically I'm creating 2 videos and one kind of like grid post for Instagram for them. And I did the grid post and one of the stories, and I kind of thought I'd be able to compile the second story out of the footage from the first one, but I just haven't really got enough. So I'm gonna go and do that basically. It won't take that long, I don't think. So I've got to go and do that. I've then got to go to the post office and post something. What else is on my to-do list? I feel like it's like never ending, but I don't have a clue what's actually on it. Oh, I need to pop to the vet because I need to pick up some more antibiotics for Billy. He's doing a lot better. Well, I say he's doing a lot better. Last night he was licking like so much at the wound on his arm. And it started, so I've got like a cleaning solution, so I thought I'll put that on because he's licking quite a lot. I was trying to stop him, but he was just like relentless with it, and I put the cleaning solution on, and on the cotton pad there was a little bit of blood, so I was like, oh, and you could tell that it was like stinging him because he was like making horrible like little meowing noises when I was doing it. I felt absolutely awful. Obviously needs doing, but the vet did say that if he doesn't stop licking, or doesn't stop, then he's gonna need to get a cone. I shouldn't laugh, but she showed me one on Amazon that I could order, and I've ordered it. It's gonna be horrendous getting it on him, but it's gonna be for the best of him. It's just like an inflatable one rather than like an actual cone. But yeah, it's like gonna be like this little inflatable thing which will stop his like head from being able to move and like lick, if you know what I mean. So anyway, so first things first, I'm just gonna go to my mum and dad's house to sort out this TFL ad, but on the way I'm gonna post the parcel that I need to post. So that's 2 jobs in one, kind of. You ever feel like you're being watched? So right, it's 10 to 6. I feel like, where has the time gone today? Like, I feel like I've just lost all of the entire day doing 2 things. So 2 things on my errands. However, I am nearly done. I might just leave one of them till tomorrow, maybe. I've got my nails done. They look like this. There we go. So they're like an ombre sort of French tip with some snowflakes on 2 of the fingers. So I've got that done. I also got my toes done, and yes, I actually went into O2 because basically I purchased a phone, this phone, my mobile phone, I purchased last January, but I bought it like outright, and then my old phone still had some money to pay off it. It still had some money on it basically that I needed to pay off, and so they were still taking monthly payments, which is absolutely fine. but then I realised I was now like in a position where I can just pay that off. I tried to pay it off online, and then it was saying that there was no outstanding balance. So there was some kind of confusion as to the fact that they'd switched the numbers onto the new phone, which was paid off. And they thought that I was trying to pay for something that was paid off, when actually it was the old phone. It was just one big complicated thing, but that took like nearly an hour to sort. But it's sorted now, and I am debt free on my phone. I just love that feeling of just paying something off, and not having to worry about it anymore. So yeah, so actually one of my New Year's resolutions for next year is to like take control of my money. I at the minute just spend, she says, having just spent loads of money paying off a phone and getting nails, and I don't really know where I'm at financially. Like, it's not that I'm struggling, it's just I don't really know what's going on. I don't really have any savings, as it were. So I really want to start saving for things like, you know, getting a new kitchen. Like, I could quite easily save for that, but I just don't. Like, I very much live wage to wage at the minute. So that is one of the things. I can't even remember what that came from. Oh yeah, because I paid my phone off, so that means that I don't have to worry about a monthly payment for that anymore. Obviously I still have to pay for the SIM only deal, so obviously, like I say, I still have to pay for like the SIM only deal, but I just don't need to pay for a device that I don't actually use anymore. So yeah, that's my, I realise that you can barely see him anymore, but that is my New Year's resolution for next year. Let me know in the comments what yours is, because I'd be really interested to know, because I feel like I want to do a couple of things. Like, I don't want to just concentrate on one thing. But yeah, mine in general is to start budgeting and start saving, like start actually saving my money for things. So hi. So can I just point out, right, it's now, I mean, it's like 9 o'clock now. Anyone who gets acrylic nails, and when you very first get a new set, the pain, I don't know if it affects anyone else, but like I've noticed that like my nails when they're setting are just so painful, because it's almost like the acrylic, you know, it's on and it goes on as like a gel kind of like consistency, but like as it's setting, it's almost as if it's like squeezing my nails, and it just like, oh, it really hurts. I mean, a bit of paracetamol and be fine. I just need to go and do that. But I thought that basically I've got myself into a little bit of a cycle recently where I'm getting up around 10 AM, like waking up, and that's not, that's not for me. I don't like that. I used to get up, like wake up at like, I'm not joking, 7 AM every morning, and I used to absolutely love it. I was so productive. It's gradually over the last like couple of weeks, couple of months, got later and later, to the point now where like the last couple of mornings, although maybe I've needed them over the last 2 mornings specifically when I haven't been very well. I mean, I'm fine today, but like, you know, I've needed a little bit of a lie-in, but I think it's the darker nights. I'm just not enjoying getting up a little bit later, so I'm going to try after this, after I've just spoken to you guys here, I think I'm going to try and go to bed. I know it's extremely early, and I'll probably end up just sitting scrolling through TikTok for hours and in bed, but I am going to vacate to bed after this. But before we did that, so obviously in the car on the way home from my appointment, I was telling you about my New Year's resolution and how I'm going to try and budget things. Now, when I get something in my head like this, I research, I like do everything surrounding it before I actually start doing it. So I'm starting budgeting from January, because it makes sense, because we're already like halfway through this month. I've already spent the majority of my wages. It is just the fact. So trying to like budget now kind of doesn't really make much sense in my head, and it would just overcomplicate things. So I thought I would show you something that I've done. So I've done a monthly budget spreadsheet where basically I've written out, so it's got income, the slice of Jess, and other income. There's 2 boxes for that, and I can put on, actually let me just show you. So obviously I've done this on my iPad. So I've got my monthly budget, which there, so I've got the slice of Jess and other income. I've circled January because obviously I can use this template for like any month. And then I've just kind of filled in my outgoings. So these are like my fixed outgoings. So this one I kept as a question mark because obviously I've paid off my phone now. So I can actually write in there that now I'm not on. Okay, so now I'm not paying. I think I was paying. Okay, so this was like my test sheet that I did for like December. It was just me basically writing out what my things were, what I was paying. Obviously I didn't know what my like outgoings and things were going to be. But so last month I was paying £49.61 per month for my phone, but now I'm only paying, let me zoom in so I can pop in here that I'm only oh, that's a rubber. £20 a month, and that's it. So yeah, so that is basically my fixed outgoing sorted for January, that I know of anyway at the moment. So then so that is me kind of working out where I am financially. And then okay, so for me, knowing myself, my debit card is probably one of the worst things that I've got for spending money. Obviously, I mean, it seems like an obvious statement, but like some people can be better than others. I tend to spend a lot less when I have cash. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's just because of COVID or whatever, but I don't like the ability to tap is just too easy in my mind, and I don't have time to process what money I'm spending and where it's coming from and how much I've got less unless I've got it in cash. So I've seen this on TikTok and people swear by it, and I've bought one of these. Now this is a cash stuffing binder, and basically I'll leave a link in the description for one of these because I think it's brilliant for if you're like me and you're too quick to just tap the credit card or tap the debit card, you know, Apple Pay, whatever. So this comes with these little wallets like this, and I'm going to label them for each individual thing that I'm going to save for, so, or that I'm going to put money aside specifically for. So the first one, so my car costs at the moment with the extortionate fuel prices costs £60 to fill the tank from like around empty. So I'm going to pop in £120 cash into there so that I can fill up twice in January, and I know that that's how much I've got to spend on petrol. And then in the next one, I think I might put, I did write a list of the things that I wanted to save for. Cash stuffing, yeah, so petrol. And then I'm gonna have another one for my car. So this I might put, even just like £10 a month, I might just put it in there, dedicated to my car. So then if like anything goes wrong with my car, I've got that money saved and that goes in there. Or even if come the day I need a deposit for a new car, that could come out of there. Then I'm gonna have a dedicated one for nights out. So this for me is a way of like making sure that I just don't go overboard essentially. So generally January is quite a quiet month, so I might only put 40 quid in there, and that'll probably see me one night, which sounds bad, but it's not really. I mean, £40 for one night out isn't too bad, I don't think. So I'll put that money in there, and then when it comes to the night out, I can just take it out and put it in my bag. And that's how much money I've got for the night to spend. Then I'm going to be having my food shopping one, which I am going to put in. I think I roughly spend between £30 and £35 a week on food shopping. So I'm going to pop in however much money in for the month. So then every time I go food shopping, I can take 35 quid out, take that with me shopping, and then as I'm going around the shop, I can kind of budget, because I can say to myself, Jess, you've only got £35, you can't have that. Do you know what I mean? And then it'll make me think more about like what I'm spending my money on. And then what else have I got? I've got one for lashes, because I really liked getting my LVL lashes done, so I'm going to put money aside for that. I'm going to get that done once every 6 weeks. And then I think I've got an emergency fund. This will just be for like literally anything. This could be like for Billy, for his vet bills, or like just anything that crops up out of nowhere. That'll be what this little pocket's for. And then I want to save for my new kitchen. I've put in way too many things in. I feel like there was something else I wanted to save for. I can't remember, but I'll come up with it. I need to pop some labels on here as well. I 100% get that, like, obviously any money that I withdraw from a bank account is losing interest, and I get that. I 100% get that, but at the moment, the way that my finance, like, being completely open with you, you know, I'm not one to kind of, I'm not gonna like lie to you guys. Like, my finances aren't you know, they're not terrible, but they're not amazing either, and I could be doing better. Having virtual money for me is a dangerous thing, because I literally just spend when I probably don't really have it. So like, I will go on a night out and I'll take my bank card and I'll just do contactless for every single drink that I use, and I'll not know how much I've spent because I'll never check my online banking. But if I have it in cash form, I will know, right, I've only got enough left for one more drink, and then that'll kind of keep me sensible, if you know what I mean. So I get that any cash coming out of the bank is losing interest and potentially losing me money, but in the longer run, for fixing my finances as they are now, this is probably the best option for me, because, you know, I don't want to be using my overdraft. You know, I don't want, which I do quite often. I do quite often go into my overdraft, and I don't want to have to. I want to be able to know that what I'm doing during a month isn't going to result in me having an arranged overdraft fee, because that is ultimately what's going to get me eventually more in debt, is that, you know, I'm being charged to use my overdraft. But because in my mind I'm not physically with my money, it makes sense in my mind. And like I say, this kind of method has helped people pay off like loads of debt. So I'm hoping that it'll help me save some money for things. There is one girl on TikTok who I follow, who she's doing a really, really like in-depth kind of journey on TikTok of getting out of debt. And she uses this method of cash stuffing where she takes it out of the bank, puts it in these wallets, and that's how she manages her money. And she's paid off loads and loads of her debt. I'm going to see if I can find her, because she's honestly, she's lovely as well. That's where oh, Yasmin Camilla. This is what her profile looks like. Yeah, so she did a total debt reveal.
So and find out. So I've spent today looking through my accounts. I've looked into the last few debts and how much they are. So I'm going to take you through my outstanding debts now and give you the total. Here is my starting debt. So Virgin Money credit card, 14,000, 6,000, and then I've got my car loan. So that is a total debt of £38,632.79.
Okay, so that video was filmed on the 17th of August. She then posted a video 3 days ago, three days ago, and she's now on £13,500 debt. Like, I mean, what day? So August, September, October, November. So in 4 months, this girl has done absolutely incredibly of paying off her debt, and I'm literally following her journey, and that's what I want to do, and I want to be in a position where I have savings. So I'm using her as a massive inspiration, and cash stuffing is just one of the things that she does. So I'm going to try that. Obviously there's other things, and I'm open to ideas. If anyone here is like mint at saving, let me know in the comments, or like DM me on Instagram any tips that you've got. I really, really, really want to be like on top of my money next year. That is just my New Year's resolution. I'd love to know, like I said before, I'd love to know what New Year's resolutions you guys have. Billy has literally been sat there watching me film this for the last, like, God only knows how many minutes. He's just stood with his two paws down there and then his bum, like he was doing last night, on the windowsill. He does this quite a lot, where he just sits with his bum. He does it on the stairs as well, where he'll sit like, he'll have his bum on one step and then his two front paws on like the next step below. Won't you, hun? Are you embarrassed? You stop doing it now. I also got this from B&M, this little acorn like mini garland, which I've stuck along the front of there, which I thought would have been knocked down by this little guy. But it hasn't been. It's actually protecting my Christmas cards from being knocked down, because he was doing that. There's a couple of them behind the radiator, but never mind. Yeah, so that is kind of a little bit, I hope, of an explanation as to why I'm doing things the way I'm doing, what my New Year's resolutions are. I think it's always good to plan for change, so yeah. And then just paying off my phone bill today has really put me in a positive mood, so Fab. Anyway, I am just going to end this vlog here because I feel like I've done nothing but ramble all day. But yeah, so if you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Go hit the subscribe button below, and if you want to be notified for when I do upload, then hit the bell as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows in the